Welcome to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. Tonight, East meets West. The Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Houston Rockets. And Harden turns it over on the first possession. Simmons to Harris inside for the layup.
Well, the one thing you don't hear a word out of him.
What about a nice, interesting piece of trivia as Harden gets a layup to go with 4 on the shot clock. Step back three blocked by Ben Simmons. You don't see that thing get jacked too often. Tobias Harris with the punch.
So
that up as Redick fires a little bit strong, and Chris Paul picking cherries down at the other end. Hands it off to Capella. 2. Chris Paul gets it back from Capella. Eric Gordon from deep, and he knocks one down. Boy, let's keep an eye on his fitness level. Remember, he was listed as questionable a little bit earlier this afternoon. Deep James Harden. Gordon passed up a 3 to Tucker, and it's good. Harden inside to Capella.
He's not yet to the offensive numbers he was pre-injury, but he has rebounded with authority and run the floor.
Boy, that jump off the right. Simmons around the back to Butler for the slam.
Terrific screen
by the Houston Rockets.
So one thing Brett was talking about, he said, we understand the firepower they have, and you wondered would they go right here to Nene. Big off the bounce, right? That's his advantage. But to Nene's credit, he stayed in front.
Jumper good by Green. Connell with a nice crossover on Green, and he converts a tough shot. Out of Arizona, 26 years old. On the ISO, Harden got it on the shot clock. Ball got by Patton. Tough shot falls.
He wanted the.
Mike D'Antoni likes what he brings to this team. Jimmy Butler with the mid-range jumper. Ball backed out to Eric Gordon for 3. Boy, Eric Gordon
for Toronto in preparation for this game. If a player is traded on the stat sheet, they're still listed.
Down. 76ers down by 18, and they turn it over again. Capella and 1.
Capella on skis, because the man used to ski.
I need pictures. Boy, you talk about there's a pending unrestricted free agent for the 76ers. Harden turns the corner in the Western Conference.
That's a timely game by the schedulers of ESPN. Big time implication.
Capella on the other end, durable. He's only missed 3 games this year. Simmons with a mid-range jumper in a very, very unorthodox when you look at the rotation of it. Green inside over Simmons. Coach, I'm on a roll. D'Antoni says you're always on a roll. When are you going to get rest? And the lead is up to 22. Now the closest person after him is some 130 step-back threes behind him. There's run, Capella inside. And here's Simmons. Bounce pass to Butler. Oh, he crossed up. He hit him with the sauce.
Because he is. Can't guard him.
Tough to block that thing. Harris with a quick trigger to start the 3rd quarter. Knocks down the turnover. Harden with a little show and go. Got by Harris for the bucket. Simmons being defended by Chris Paul. Chris Paul takes it personally when you try and post him up if you're big as Harris. Simmons gets by Harden. On the pass to Johnson. Capella kicks it back out and out. Harden out front. Off the Capella screen. Up high for Capella. Wow. That's right. Start your free trial on ESPN Plus by downloading the ESPN app or visiting ESPNplus.com. And Harris guarding Paul. Slick pass out to Gordon. He lined up the. Harden against Amir Johnson. Right over the top of him. Here. Prior to the game.
The legendary T. Thompson, the all-time #1 pick, the first pick ever in WNBA history.
By Tobias Harris. That's one area of his game that's really improved. Austin Rivers gets downhill. Tough to stay in front of him. Case game. That's a big game for both teams with tie-breaking implications as Tobias Harris gets the
work. Mark Jones, you and the master, Hubie Brown.
Don't get too close. You'll get a microphone on. Nice backdoor cut by Austin Rivers.
Getting healthier and feeling better.
Started off the season 0-4 at home, 11-14 overall. McConnell with a nice cut before it finally came to an end. The second longest streak ever. Gordon got it. Ben Simmons runs over Tucker. Rivers with a quick crossover. Man, he is really starting to percolate. Conference finals against the Warriors. Butler comes up short. Harden on the run. Great Euro step for the layup. And if Reed still out with that hip injury. Chris Paul with that fadeaway. And with the left-handed putback.
Column. But they rode these stretches where they could lose 3 or 4 straight and then win 3 or 4 straight as Jimmy gets to the
ball. Former teammates with the Clippers. Ball whips it cross court. Clark, boy, fresh up. Sunday at 3:30 Eastern time. Chris Paul is backing down Redick and picks it out to Green. Boy, against his Rottweiler in his driveway here in Houston. And then the call came from the Rockets and
just on the night. So Isaiah Thomas, if you're watching the game, you may be knocked out at number 7 all-time on the assist list.
And Shumpert hits the corner.
Different facets of this. Injuries obviously played a big part. But a lot of people, including myself, wondering about the roster construction. That was stuff that people discussed in July. This was not built like a team that normally has LeBron James on it. Most LeBron and I believe we're doing a summer league game together with Chauncey Billups when he talked about wanting to kind of zig while everyone's zagging, not build it like Cleveland. They wanted multiple playmakers and kind of take the load off of LeBron. LeBron is not.
Give me your MVP pick. Give me your MVP pick and tell me why. Because I'll tell you what, my ballot is always one of the last to go. Nice play.
Another dime by basketball starting this summer.
Amen, co-sign it.
Nice alley-oop to Patton.
It's exactly what you need.
It's got to keep them healthy. Terrence Jones for the ball game. Recent acquisition. Gerald Green. Oh, say it with your chest. He is hometown Houston proud. Patton inside. You know, Chris Paul.
I've never seen that in fact, have you?
No. I've been on the NBA for 28 years and not seen that. Up high for Terrence Jones.
George is trying to effort.
You can't be balling on a budget. Austin Rivers. A three-pointer halfway down and out as we go under a minute to play. George has more on James Harden. George, what's up?
Jonesy, I spoke to the PR.
The Houston Rockets will improve to 40-25. And Houston, with their longest winning streak this season, will improve to 7 in a row. Harden had 31 to go along with 10 rebounds and 7 dimes. And the 76ers drop another one on this tough road trip. Tobias Harris had a good night. He had 22. Capella was a force early. He ends up with 18 points and 9 rebounds as we check in with